Bloodwolf Arts Studio. Unleash the artist within. Welcome to Bloodwolf Arts Studio, and I'm your host, Mr. Moonlight. So today I'm talking about the next poem in my series of my collection of poetry, The Seasons of Life, Volume 1, Autumn. This one was written on December 4th, 2011, and it's titled Silence. And when I wrote this one, then I remember exactly where I was sitting when I wrote this one, actually. It's interesting how I remember some of those details, but I remember it was winter. It was up on the farm, and I grew up in a house that it had like 3 bedrooms, maybe four, with one of the bedrooms being like an old porch. And the home was, it wasn't insulated. It wasn't an insulated home. We had like a big old furnace that we had in the main room to heat the house. Um, the old wood burning stove downstairs didn't really work. We didn't really have the vents hooked up anymore. And the house originally, when our family moved into it, long time ago before then originally the house was like a summer home, and so that's why it wasn't ever insulated. It wasn't meant to be lived in all year round, but there we were. And that information's semi-relevant because that's where I was sitting. It was winter times, and I was just sitting in front of the heater. I remember being by myself, and I was reflecting on a lot. Um, I was just starting to process and deal with the fallout of my mom talking about getting a divorce. Um, I had started to distance myself from my mom. I stopped talking to her about stuff because I didn't feel like I could anymore. Um, really wasn't really sure what to think about anything. And I started talking to my dad a lot more. Because before it's like I would talk to my mom about a lot of stuff, but now I was talking to my dad a lot more. And I feel like, with all things considered, then he made more time. It's like he would make time if you asked, but I feel like during this time especially, then um, he would make more time to talk to us about stuff because of everything happening. Um, and of course, all of this was seen through the perspective of this is what happens when you don't um, stay connected. I was just reading through my journal some of this, and there were some really interesting remarks that was made from my dad as well as me. It's like that's a whole different person. It's really strange actually reading through it now. Um, but even one of the things that came up in my journal, one of the conversations was my dad pointed out that he felt like we just didn't do enough to show my mom how much we appreciated her. And so really everything was just like focusing on like, well, how do we save mom? How do we take care of mom? And also at the same time, it's like I had my love interest I was interested in marrying, that I thought I was going to marry. Um, Things was coming up. Um, and there's even a comment there. It's like in the journal. She was a little bit younger than me. It was almost the same age. Um, but it's so wild to think about now. But in the journal entry, in the journal entry, then it's like I was talking to my dad about her, and I commented how old she was because she was 19. Um, and my dad was like, "What? She's 19?" It's like she's not married. And in my journal, I wrote down, it's like commented on, it's like how strange it was that she wasn't married because in the DCCS, then girls get married between the ages of 15 and 18, and otherwise um, they start to be considered quote unquote old maids. Um, but there's just so much of that rhetoric that's going on, and I was juggling all this. Um, And I recorded like a lot of strange dreams I was having. It's like I was trying to make sense of everything. Um, really, really bizarre dreams as I look at them now, but just lots of dreams about making ties and I shouldn't be, um, wondering about what I should go to college for. And there was just so much going on, but like, all these plans were already moving forward. And then with my mom talking about getting a divorce and things starting to get very real, I had dropped so many things. Like I moved back home. I was living at my aunt's place because they had the fast internet for my online virtual schooling I was doing. But I moved back home to be with mom more, even to the extent where I didn't remember this, but I was walking like 2 miles to go to my aunt's house like every day for school, so that I could live at home and be with mom and just sitting with the crushing silence, I suppose. Just not quite sure what to do. Lots of things going on, feeling like I was praying, nothing was happening, and just not really sure what to do anymore. The deafening silence. And there was one other thing that I remembered. I don't remember thinking of this at the time, but it's mentioned in my journal. At this point in my journal, I was still terrified that someone was going to read my journal, that somebody could see it, and so I had been struggling with masturbation, um, quote unquote, sexual deviancy, as we would put it, um, growing up. And I still had not written that down anywhere in a journal. But at this point, I was starting to wonder. And again, I don't remember bringing this up. Like I don't remember this, but it was in my journal. I had started wondering about getting counseling, which honestly, that would have been a really good idea. Never did. I don't know whatever happened to that idea or whatever. Probably got talked out of it or something because it would have exposed me to the outside. Um, so all of this is going on and just um, starting to see my life spin out of control and just wondering what the hell am I going to do? Because it's like my whole life is a tragedy at this point and there's no way out. And so here I am, not much to do except I guess write a poem about it. And even in one of these journal entries that I read through, there was quite a lot of journal entries I wrote around this time for this poem. Um, but there's a brief mention in there. It's like, it said something like, I write poetry sometimes to get some of these feelings out, some of these thoughts and things out. And I think that's one of the first times I've seen in my journal so far, reading this alongside these videos where I've actually seen a reference to the poems. um, but really, this was a point where, well, this is like 2/3 of the way through this book where um, I feel like it started to, I don't know, getting close to the end of the book. And I don't know, I guess just the feeling was like, this is the doom and gloom. There's something dark coming. And I got to figure this out. And I don't know how. So that's this poem, Silence. So remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Blood Wolf Arts Studio. You can check out my website. It's all going to be down in the descriptions below. You can also follow me on TikTok as Mr. Moonlight Rhyme. That's my handle across all my platforms. And I'm going to have down below in the descriptions a link to my books. You can purchase them on Amazon if you'd like. And so stay tuned for the poem. And thank you for tuning in and welcome to my side of the moon. Silence by Aaron Brown. Peace, serenity, all is calm. Yet, pushing through this calm comes that which is not calm, and still, it is calm. Inside screaming, something's amiss. 'Tis not calm, nor 'tis it bliss. When a voice shouting is a mere hiss, all is not right, something's amiss. When prayers are heard yet feel not so, some dark cloud dare causes this woe of silence serene, that is my foul foe, for now is my woe caused by this silent show. The silent type of shows on repeat. There is no clear end, it misses no beat. When rhythm's no more, it still keeps its beat of the drum, and along tap my feet. Caught into this snare, my feet go along, on with no end of this old silent song, composed of so many, yet written by me. This loud, silent song is a tragedy.